Hey, welcome to Old School Dance Fitness. Old School Healthy Lifestyles is a division of Old School Dance Fitness. And we are going to be interviewing some of my favorite women on this show who are our age. Yes, what is our age? It's over 50 and just fit and fantastic and feeling good about their lives so that we can inspire other women to go for their dreams and to stay fit and healthy at this age. I'm Teresa Renner, founder of Old School Dance Fitness and Old School Healthy Lifestyles. And I want to introduce Erin Goodwill, who is a dear friend who helped us buy our ideal home when we were desperate and needed to get a home. Like, she made it happen. And it's so great to do business with women that you like, because it forces you to spend time together that you'd normally not make time for. And then you start to really get to know each other. So one of my pieces of advice today, we're going to talk about 3 healthy habits. But one of my healthy habits is, work with people that you love. And so, because it forces you to spend more time with each other, and then you get to know each other. And it's awesome. Because I don't know if I would have gotten to know you as well had we not done that.
I agree, because it was and I'm Erin. Thanks for having me, Teresa. We knew each other, on an acquaintance level, but when you do go through the home buying process, it is very emotional, very personal. No, it's very personal. It's a big deal, and there are hurdles to jump through, and you really do get to know one another through that process. And that's what I love about my business. As you said, we get to know with people we know, like, and trust, and build that relationship that continues to this day. I mean, you bought your house 2 years ago, and I think that we're closer now than we were then.
Oh,
yeah. It's just a great organic relationship that just blossomed.
Well, you're my girl now.
Back at you. Glad to be your girl.
Yeah. And, part of us getting to know each other, and this is probably a feature in what we talk about today, is like, sometimes you have an impression of somebody, like, you are just so beautiful and well coiffed. You're always dressed so amazingly well, and like such a stylish, beautiful, classic woman.
Oh my God, Teresa.
And then I got to know you, and I'm like, oh, she's just a homegirl from the hood.
For sure.
Which is like me. So
to dress the part, right?
I was like, wait a minute. We have a lot more in common than I realized.
Yeah.
So, and it's a really good lesson, and don't judge a book by its cover, or don't be intimidated by beautiful classic women. Don't be intimidated by them, because you do not know where they came from, man. You don't know what crap they had to go through to get where they are.
Absolutely.
It could be the most down to earth, generous, loving people you could ever want to meet, which is how I feel about you.
Thank you, Teresa. And I feel the same way about you, and the good that you do for women. That I've even come to you on a personal level and say, hey, I'd like to talk to someone. Can you be my therapist? And you very professionally said, I can't do that, Erin, because we're friends.
Yeah.
And you had to keep me at arm's length. But if I had my choice, you were who I would go to, because of your empathy, your understanding of coming from maybe some challenges in your past, evolving into this warm, empathetic, compassionate woman who really is sincere about wanting to help people. And I think that we both are kind of fortunate to work in industries that challenge us, but also let us give back in ways that in certain occupations we wouldn't be able to do so. So I think it's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about 3 ways to stay healthy, especially at our age. And I think you're already steering us in that direction, which is, find the things that really light you up inside, and
so true.
Way to make a living at it.
Yeah, the paycheck's the bonus. But for me, and I just hit 60 a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, so that was hold on with that.
Yeah.
People, did you hear what she? Look at her.
60 years old.
Wow.
And you know what? It hit me a little bit hard, because not the way I feel, because I feel fantastic, but just doing the math, and I have to just let go of that, because let go of that. Yeah. But you'd asked, like, what helps keep you young and helps keep you vibrant, helps keep feeling well. And for me, a big one was to let go of what other people think of me.
Dude, you see my little Buddha back here?
No, I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on.
But let that shit go.
Let it go, because you know what? For so many years, couldn't help but compare myself to others, and all that does is take away from your authenticity of who you really are. And if you can just be yourself and walk your own walk, that's so empowering. It's like, no, I'm not that person. I kudos to them for doing what they're doing, but that's not me. And if I try to do those things, I'm going to be an imposter. So letting go of what other people think of me and being comfortable in my own skin. If we as women can just realize that we are enough the way we are. And you know, just hold on to that and go with that. It just gives you shivers almost to say, yes, I am worthy and I can do this. And you know what? I'm damn good at what I do.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Like, I think women find it very difficult to own that.
I think so too. You know, because then we're looked at like, who she thinks she is, or you know what I mean? And I'm not about that. I never have been about that, but we just have to give ourselves enough credit and go for it. Right. I mean, why should we sit back when we don't have to?
There is a great podcast called Battle Tactics for Your Sexist Workplace.
I gotta write that down.
Write that down. Everybody who's watching this, you have to listen to it. It's an NPR Battle Tactics for Your Sexist Workplace. And they have a whole podcast on the imposter syndrome.
Oh.
And it's really powerful. And I suggest men and women listen to it, because I think men suffer from some of that, but not.
I think we all do. I think we all do
a little bit, but men are raised not to. Men, you know, and it's an interesting, one thing that they point out is women self-select themselves out. Like, why are there not more women CEOs of major Fortune 500 corporations? And in doing that research and investigation, it all starts with, we self-select ourselves out of the running for so much. So they did this research where, like, if there's a job description and it's like they want a 4-year degree and they want 10 years of experience in the industry and ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, right? And a woman with integrity reads that and goes, oh, I didn't finish my BA. You know, I got.
And that's exactly where I was thinking.
So I'm not going to apply to this job. Whereas a man who never went to college will just say, fuck it, I'm applying. You know what I mean? And it's just, you know, what's well. And so, you know, I tell my clients, I'm like, you have to approach this like a mediocre white male. And
that's kind of unfortunate.
Right. See yourself as relevant and ready to go. No matter what your background is. I mean, God bless men. I'm not hating on men, boys. You know, I think that's a strength, you know, to just say, I think I can do that job. I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm not hating on men for doing that. What I'm saying is more women need to feel confident doing that.
And I think that women boosting other women help give us that confidence. You know, just saying, you can do this, go for it. I mean, I see your side hustles, Teresa, and it's just, I mean, you do so much. Your fitness, your mental health counseling. I mean, I buy my skincare from you. You know, Arbonne is awesome. I mean, and all the things that you do kind of wrap around your nutrition. You know, I look at you, I see recipes, and I'm like, and you're writing a book, which I can't wait for it to come out. I will totally buy one. But you know that your whole mindset is on wellness, physically, you know, mentally. Just women empowering women is just, you know, help bringing each other up instead of competing. There's room for everyone. There's room for everyone to succeed. And if we can just, as women, I choose to work with women. And you know, honestly, it wasn't always that way, but the older I get, I mean, and my girlfriends are so important to me. The people that I know professionally are so important to me. And I choose doctors, all of the above, to work with women, because that's now where I'm comfortable.
Well, you know, I meet so many women in the world and then in my private practice that will make the statement that I don't get along with women. I don't have female friends.
And I know a lot of women that don't get along with women.
And, what I say to them as a therapist is, what an interesting mirror you've made women. If you're telling me that you don't like women, what you're essentially telling me is that you don't like yourself.
Wow.
And so what is it that you're mirroring? What is it you're seeing in women that you don't like, that you're not willing to face in yourself? Because if you can shift that and heal that within you, you're going to just see how beautiful and amazing women are. But you have to see how beautiful and amazing you are first.
That's really powerful right there. And, starting, you asked about 3 things that kind of in my mindset or physically or whatever.
Habits, because girl, you got to go on.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. But you know what? What really helps? It's like, we all get in a funk. And I think that this past year has been so challenging. I mean, on so many levels.
Right.
But I have a 5-minute journal. Actually, I guess I don't have it in front of me. But if you just take 5 minutes a day, starting my day by writing down 3 things that I'm grateful for. And there's, whether it be this warm cup of coffee, I mean, some days it's like I'm grateful for my cat or my husband or, whatever the opportunity that I have that this day is going to bring. If you can write down 3 things that you're grateful for, it just gives you the positive attitude to begin your day. Because how can you be in a bad mood when you realize, oh my God, I have so much to be grateful for? Yes. And that self-affirmation, just affirming that. I mean, I start out with writing every day, I'm smart and could do hard things. Because a lot of things, I don't have a college degree and I'm in business for myself. But you know what? I can learn every day, and so can anyone. If I'm teachable. And so I had to get it through my head that I'm smart, which I always knew I was smart, but technology is challenging, and it's like, I work with a lot of younger people that this is comes so naturally to them. And it's like, you know what, damn it, Erin, you can do hard things. I'm smart and I can do hard things.
So much. And I really want to talk to women like me over 50 who are feeling technologically challenged.
And you know what? You don't have to do everything.
On Zoom today so if you're watching this, we spent 20 fucking minutes trying to figure out how to sort out this Zoom.
How come we're not on top of each other when we want to be side by side? But you know what? Here we are. Right?
Yeah. We do hard things.
Here we are. We can do this. And you know what? It's not scripted. It's just who we are. It's women supporting women and staying well.
Yeah. You just got to keep plugging away. Don't give up.
Yeah. And little wins are huge wins. It doesn't have to be a huge win. Just learning something new or having one little cool thing happen in a day, that's a win.
If I can get out of bed 5 minutes earlier than I planned, that's like my hugest win ever, because I'm just a hit the snooze girl.
Well, I haven't been having a hard time getting to bed early enough, and that's
same.
Yeah.
1 a.m. last night. I'm saying, we're all struggling, and that didn't used to be me. It's really since the pandemic.
Yeah.
And the social unrest and the presidency. I mean, everything.
And just everything. There's just so much. Spouses working at home together, being home together 24/7. Having
don't even.
I know it's hard. And having to turn our homes into our workplaces when it was just a place to come home to be comfortable in and live in. Now we're working in it too. Yeah. And it just changes. It changes a lot of things, but you know what? We can adapt.
Yes.
And you have to look at, once again, the things that I'm grateful for. I don't have COVID. No one in my family has COVID. We have done responsible things. Yeah, we're ready to get back to normal, but one day at a time. Just one day at a time.
One day at a time. I love that affirmation that I am smart and I can do hard things. And I want everybody watching this right now to write that down. I am smart and I can do hard things.
Because you can.
3 times. I am smart and I can do hard things. I am smart and I can do hard things.
And you know what? You do that for like 100 days in a row. Well, it takes 30 days for something to become a habit.
Absolutely.
You do that every day, and you know what? It just comes natural. I'm smart. I can do hard things.
What I will say about that, and what the research, I'm a science nerd.
Yep.
I got my Radio Lab mug. Total science nerd. But what I will say about that is, so our brain, there's a thing called neuroplasticity that we've discovered over the last 20
I always learn something from you.
Yeah. So you can teach old dogs new tricks. So us old dogs, because she's 60, I'm getting ready to turn 56 in April.
Yeah.
So, you know,
you look amazing.
We've circled the sun a few times. So what I will say is that we know that we have these synaptic pathways, which are habit, consciousness in our prefrontal cortex, like how we think. And what happens is, how many times a day do you tell yourself you're an idiot? Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. You know what I mean? Like,
guilty.
Unconsciously, right? You do it unconsciously. You don't, it's such a habit. And when you do something stupid, you just, right? But how many of you, especially women, I think men do this better than women do. How many women, when you do something smart, do you go, I'm so smart?
I know that's a tough one. Yeah.
We're like, oh, I was lucky, or, oh, you know, that worked out, you know, and, or, oh, a good thing I had help with that. You know what I mean? We don't have an automatic response of, I'm so smart. And so training yourself to say, I'm smart and I can do hard things, that's so simple, and it's so powerful in its simplicity.
It is.
Because it's as simple as when you say, oh God, I'm an idiot, when you do something that you perceive is stupid. So I just love that. That's going to be like the takeaway today. We're going to
right on
about it. So 3 health habits. One is just that daily gratitude and what you tell yourself, those affirmations. You're also physically, you guys can't see her whole thing, but like, she's got this body. Every time I see Erin, I'm like, oh my God, her body, she is so fit and just carries herself so beautifully with so much grace and ease. So tell us a little bit about, like, how do you stay physically healthy like that? Because the other thing is, people look at you and I, and they think that we've been fit our whole lives.
Oh no! I mean,
and no. Oh no!
Well, you know what? When I was young, I was very athletic. I played sports, and then I played up until probably my late 20s. But then, like through my 30s, I didn't do anything. And I don't do anything in moderation, whether it's eat or whatever. But I just totally got the gym rat bug, and I started cycling. And I just, it's my favorite. This past year, I've been really, really, really busy, which is a good thing. Be careful what you ask for, but that really suffered. And it's my goal this year to get on my bike much more. It's set up in my basement, but I want to get on the road. Okay. So just, and right now with things being kind of out of whack, if I can just get in something during the day for 20 minutes, whether it be riding my bike in the basement, whether it just be lifting some weights while I'm watching the news, just something. And your fitness classes now that you offer on YouTube, I mean, that's an awesome way for people to just, click and get something done at home. But we weren't always fit. I mean, I smoked back in the day. I mean, that's it. For people to look at me now, they would think, it's crazy, and it was crazy, but I did it. Right. And I used to drink. I haven't had a drink in 20 years. So just a lot of changes kind of happened at once. Got sober, quit smoking, replaced whatever compulsions that was with exercise, and just,
we won't list them all.
but it's like the dopamine and the endorphins. Seriously, it's a great thing to love to do. So now, maybe it's just walking 5 miles in my neighborhood, or it's something, but it's something every day to just feel good.
I think that's why, I think for some people, they know they need to do that, but exercise does not call to them. And they get caught up in a very busy day. They're also like, when would I make time for it?
Well, I think some people are afraid to try it because it's like,
and if you've had injuries, or you've never been athletic, or you've never been,
or once again, it comes back to that feeling, like you're comparing yourself to other people, like, oh, well, I don't, then that's a hard thing to get over. And I think with age, we just kind of say, screw it. This is, and I always tell people, hey, no one's looking at you. They're too busy looking at themselves in the mirror to make sure they don't fall over, you know?
Especially for the younger people that are watching this. I mean, like, seriously. And especially, like, I've been obese, you know, I've been like 50 pounds overweight a couple of times in my life. Grad school, lots of comfort eating. And so, and I have chronic knee conditions. I know your knee since I was 13. So I have like a lot of joint issues. And now I have a shoulder injury. So, you know, I'm pushing through a lot of pain, right?
Yeah.
All the time. And what's great is pain can stop you. And that's what happened to my mom and eventually led to her death last year.
I'm so sorry about that, Teresa.
Yeah, you got to push through the pain sometimes. I mean, you got to know the difference between pain that you shouldn't push through and then pain that, you know, you just got to push through it.
Right.
And find your different, like, that's where spin, you know, I was a spin instructor for
I know
years, but
I think that's how we met. I'm not sure. I don't even remember exactly, but it was or through a fitness class, but yeah.
I've met all my best people through spin, but or dance.
Yeah.
But I couldn't dance because it was so hard on my knees. And so the only way I could get that weight off and get that cardio going was through spin. And it was absolutely retrained my knees. My knee hasn't really gone out of joint the way it used to.
That's awesome.
And doing spin and a lot of physical therapy. But what I will say to people that are maybe have a lot of weight that, or even a little weight that they want to release, you got to start with loving your body to begin with.
Yeah.
And part of loving it, you know, if it comes from this place of vanity, I think you'll always fail.
I agree.
Or it'll become another mental health issue, a body dysmorphic disorder. But if you come from this place of I'm worthy of my own loving, and I can't really smoke a cigarette and love myself. I can't really pound the alcohol and love myself. I can't really, you know, I mean, the occasional, you know, some French fries or what have you are fine, you know, but the book I'm writing about food, it's like, you don't want to make food the enemy, but you also, you know, what, and I can teach you what food and how to cook in a way where it's a love note to yourself. Every meal should involve a love note to yourself. You know, people say,
that's something I should write down. And
food is love. I mean,
because I do feel, I mean, I will admit, I mean, I feel guilty a lot of the time because I've got a sweet tooth like no other. Yeah. And you know, it's like, and I know it's a drug, and I just, and I know I'm a sugar addict. And it's just,
I know, because I watched you demolish that sugar cookie.
Oh yeah, you're like, that's just enough. She's telling me about this big Valentine cookie, and she says, now see, me looking at that is disgusting. And I'm like, me, this is heaven. And it was just all butter, and you know, Teresa's like, oh no, she's more savory and nutty and stuff. But
if that had been a chocolate cookie, it'd have been that would have been a game changer. But like a sugar cookie has no appeal. We all have our thing, right? That we gravitate towards.
And I guess just moderation, if we can do moderation. But I don't think that beating ourselves up does any good. At the end of the day, it just doesn't.
I think it harkens back to an old Protestant work ethic that we need to punish ourselves. You know,
it's just
to get something done.
Life's hard enough without us punishing ourselves. You know,
that should go. Let it go. Well, and so adopting healthy just lifestyle habits and just deciding, you know, that you're worth it. You know, and you know, have you had times in your life where you just really struggled to adopt a new habit? Like, and how did you manage that?
Well, the most life-changing thing for me was when I got sober. And I had just had to take a look in the mirror and say, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore. This is going to kill me. And I come from a long line of, I don't want to get into that too much, but I had to change. I had to change my lifestyle or it was going to kill me. And I had to love myself enough to say that I was worth it. It was a lot of hard work. It didn't come easily, and I got help, which I would recommend to anyone because I tried it on my own a lot and didn't work. So I got the help I needed, and I think women sometimes it isn't easy for us necessarily to reach out for help and ask for help. And when I did, it set me free. and with a clear head and a will to take better care of myself, I got on the path to fitness, and changed my life. It changed my life, and from then, it just getting stronger physically and mentally gave me more confidence to realize I can do hard things. I'm smart and I can do hard things, and ended up with me having my own business. And I'm very, very happy in the life that I have now. And it's because of making a major, major life health change that any of it happened. Because honestly, I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't sober.
I think a big piece of that story that is a takeaway for me that I want to make sure other people are embracing is, like, what I heard and what you just said was that the path to sobriety was vulnerability. Like being willing to admit that you needed help. It wasn't something.
Turning it over and just, I tried it on my own, and would be so frustrated, and just the hatred towards myself was tangible. And once I gave up the control to say, I'm powerless, help me, please.
Yeah.
That's when you get power, is when you let go, you get help. And I believe in a higher power. You can call it whatever you want. But something out there is bigger than me, because I tried it on my own and didn't work. And so I'm grateful every day. And even if I write that in my journal in the morning, my God, yeah. I'm so grateful. That alone is enough to get out of bed.
Yeah. I really relate to that from the perspective of like fitness classes, how grateful I am to the women that I've over the years, and the men that I've done spin with, that I've taught in dance classes and stuff. I mean, they'll come up to me and tell me how much they got from me, but they don't know how much I've gotten from them. Right?
Oh, and that's true. Yeah. Isn't that the truth? I mean, it's like, when people call us, generous or whatever, it's like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I get back tenfold.
Yeah, my generosity is about the most selfish thing I do.
I know. And it's like, and just to be fortunate enough to be in the position to be generous, my God, that's another gratitude. Yeah. It's all good. There's so much good.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to siphon it down to just three things. I'm looking at three healthy habits.
I know.
But like, even just talking, the three things that that really stand out to me. I don't know if they're what you imagined you'd say, but daily gratitude and affirmation, and really
for sure
around that. Like that almost feels like the first step.
It is. It's how I start my morning.
Yeah. It's how you start your morning, but it's also the first step. If you're watching this and you're like, I want to, be vital and positive and healthy in my 50s, and I'm watching them, I want to get there. Yeah. I would say your first step is how you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
And how you talk to the world. How do you talk to yourself? How do you talk to the world?
Yeah.
And if you're full of judgment and vitriol, then you need to turn that shit around.
Yeah, I would agree.
You need to flip the script.
I would agree. Yeah.
And if you see other beautiful women and you're kind of judging them, or I don't like women, it's like, you need to flip the script.
Yeah.
The things in the mirror are closer than they appear.
Yes.
You need to own your stuff and work on that. Yes or yes?
Yeah. Yes.
The second thing, adopting healthy lifestyle choices, even if it's just like one at a time. And just really see yourself as worthy and valuable enough that your own effort is worth it. If you're not worth your own effort, who is?
Yeah, right.
As you know, I'm Buddhist, and one of my favorite Buddha's quotes is you more than anyone are worth your own compassion. And also, compassion is incomplete if it does not include yourself.
I love that.
Compassion is incomplete if it does not include yourself. So, that self-compassion will lead you to making kinder choices for yourself. And loving kindness starts within. Because people that try to be kind out in the world but that aren't being kind with themselves turn into martyrs, and they're pain.
Yeah,
it's just gross. It's just hard.
It is gross. Yeah, it is gross.
There's a neediness behind their helpfulness, and dude, needy is creepy. Like,
yeah.
You know, but when it comes from that place of self-love and you're taking care of yourself first, so you're giving overflow, it's just beautiful and generous and amazing, right? So
agreed.
And then the third thing, you didn't specify, but what I grappled from what you were sharing was to ask for help and really
absolutely
social support, just social support, whether it's through a group or
through our friends. I mean, it's through the people that I ask for help from my colleagues at work or management or whatever. I ask for help from my husband when I don't understand things. He's the tech guy in our family, and it's like I get frustrated. Instead of beating my head against a wall, I ask for help. Sometimes it's
our greatest strengths often are in our vulnerabilities.
Yeah, and to reach out to friends. I mean, it's like let's just remember that we have a community, and community means helping one another in any way we can. There's certain things that you're better at than I am, and vice versa. And it's like, let's share.
Yeah. I love this conversation.
Me too.
Part one.
Yeah.
We did it. Hopefully.
We did it.
I want to thank everybody for watching. Please comment down here below and hit subscribe if you found this valuable. Hit subscribe if you didn't find it valuable, but you just think I'm cute and you want to support me.